All right, testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Mass Mayor here, and I am really hoping that things are actually gonna not cause problems tonight, because I'm actually looking at Task Manager right now. I'm hoping this might not be an issue. But anyways, welcome in for episode 16 for Crime Scene Cleaner. And what I'm seeing in Task Manager right now on my computer is my GPU. Even though I got like a 5060, it's running at 83%. So yeah, it's basically like, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it might just be because I'm in the title screen, because I noticed it seems like at times before with this game or whatever, it like, kind of like a lot of times with games or whatever, it's like a lot of like, stuff like with the title screen or whatever is where it's at its worst and everything. Once you load in, things are fine. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just get past title screen here before we actually do the ad break, where just kind of see if this clears up and hope for the best on it. Okay, that was actually a massive relief. That title screen was a bitch. Everything should hopefully be okay now, because it went from like 80%. It was like the title screen was like, taking about like 50% of the use and everything. And once I exit out of it, it went to 12. So I'm hoping that, I mean, the only thing is we're at the loading screen right now. Okay, never mind. It shot back up. That might be a problem. With staying at like 84 and everything, I mean, the thing about it is that it's pretty much, running very smooth and everything. And it could just be like, some settings I can change in OBS and all that. But see, it's going back down again. Something it could have been an initial boot up. But I feel like as long as it stays within like 80% range, it should be fine. As long as it's not like it's using 100%. Because the problem with this GPU that I recently picked up, it's a 5060, but it actually has less VRAM than my previous card. The previous one had like 12 gigs of VRAM. This one's got 8. I mean, I was like planning eventually, to try to upgrade to a card that has like 16 gigs and everything. But as long as, I mean, push can to shove, I mean, the game is, I got it on high settings right now. If I gotta like compromise some stuff and like lower down the medium, that'd be fine. But at least it seems like it's kind of running right now. No drop frames in OBS just yet and everything. I'm just gonna hope for the best on this and hope that it's not gonna be any problems. And maybe some other stuff I can tweak in OBS. But yeah. So as it stands, it's currently like running around 80% as far as the GPU and 50%. Like as far as like the CPU is like 44%. The memory is at 50 and everything. So it's definitely gonna like take some monitoring, but so far at least it seems like everything's running. It's just this whole concern factor. Hey, welcome in, dude. How you doing tonight, man? I'm going to get you a shout out, because I think I know you just recently got back to streaming. Let me get you a shout out real quick. Hope you're doing all right, dude. Like literally, I mean, I think that's actually what I've always called you. I think I've called you dude. I mean, some of y'all might want to call him maybe some dude underscore since he's got that in his name too. But yeah, I met him like a few years ago. This is back when I actually was like, one of my previous places that I lived. But yeah, let me get you a shout out real quick. So I actually met him, Rogues, because I think we kind of bonded over Metroid. Let me see if I got this right quick. Shout out. It's yeah, get you a quick. I think you got like 2 underscores there for your name, if I'm right. Let me make sure if I got this right. Well, first let's get the dude in there. Literally, no, I got it. I think. Yeah. Did I get it? Okay, yeah. So last game he was playing was Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 Rogues. Assuming I got his name correct. But yeah, but pretty much like I'm hoping that things aren't gonna like blow up or anything. Obviously it's not. But the main thing I'm just kind of like concerned about is we haven't actually gotten to any of the missions yet. So, but it push gonna shove. I mean, looking at this, I've got it on like the high settings and everything. So I can easily lower it down for this if I have to. I mean, I might actually go. I mean, I'm gonna like just see how things run currently, and then we'll go from there. Cause I knew there was gonna probably be some compromises. Trust me, man. We know. We know. We get that all too well. Me and Amber. She's like my best friend and everything. I've known her for about 10 years, and we reconnected like a few years ago. Trust me, we get you. We understand that all too well. Yeah, I've been back for a few months now and everything. Like I said, I'm still on YouTube. I did get partnered with YouTube year before last and everything. Because I did leave Twitch for a while and then like came back, and I've definitely been enjoying it like since coming back and everything. I've been like streaming to both sites and all that. But yeah, trust me, man. You don't have to explain anything. We get it. Might be a different situation what we dealt with, but we did like have someone in our group that that's awesome. That's definitely awesome to hear. But we had like someone in the group that pretty much our little multiplayer group things happen. Not gonna go all into details about it on here on stream and everything, but yeah, it's unfortunately it seems like how it kind of tends to be like with the streaming space and everything as well. Okay. Yeah, man, that's not a problem. Be it on Discord. I don't know if you got me on Discord or where. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, now you don't. I was gonna say if you want for me on Discord, feel free and everything. This place is like we're a judgment free zone as long as like no one's trying to cause drama or whatever. I mean, which obviously you're not. You basically it's just you got like a situation and everything, and like I said, we get it. And I know you're good people. I know you're legit. I know you don't go around trying to start drama or whatever. So and if you got it, you want to vent and everything, I got you, dude. It's not a problem. But yeah, it's yeah, I get you. That's the thing. We try to support each other here and everything. And it's basically with me. It's just like some people who haven't respected boundaries. Some who pretty much I mean I'm not really gonna go too far into it here and everything. I definitely want to get to the game. But last year was a very rough time for me, man. Between like a very toxic living situation, which thankfully I got out of that and moved, got another house here and everything I'm in now. Stalkers. Not gonna go into detail about that, but either. But there was a whole like stalker situation, which seems like that may possibly. Also, this might be a thing I might do. Yeah, limited. I thought I had the 60 FPS limited. Yeah, let me go ahead and do that real quick. Have that done. But yeah, between that and also like having like 2 family members die within like one in July, late July, and then one in December. Literally, they passed away like on the day that I reached 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. So that was definitely a bittersweet moment, day there and everything. So yeah, last year was definitely like it's no exaggeration when I told people it was the worst of my life. It was very rough. Had a lot I was trying to get through. Definitely had like a lot I need to sort mentally and everything. And I will admit I wasn't really at the best place I need to be. It's still a struggle, but I've been trying to like work through it and get myself back on track. I recently got my computer upgraded. That's why I was pretty much talking about like trying to make stuff here, trying to see if it worked and everything. Because I still got to get like a computer. That's basically the reason for the goal up there. Get a computer, literally a case, not a computer, a case for the computer. That's when I kind of got the goal up there and all that. It's just trying to like move forward, focus on like the path ahead with the people that are around and everything. And oh damn, dude, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I really am. Yeah, and we got you. And Amber right here, she's definitely good people. But like like I said, she's my best friend. So if you need someone to vent to or whatever, you got me here, you got her, and all that. That's the thing. It's me and you've known each other for a few years, so this is a place. This is support. That's all, folks. This is a place where obviously I do try like kind of have a line I draw on people like being too much on the stream and everything, but as far as like my DMs and everything, they're always open. If anyone needs to talk and everything, I may not be a shrink, but I do try my best to like be someone on stream. I try to make people laugh. I get like what's like to go through stuff, and off stream I try to definitely be there for people if I can, because I know what it's like to feel alone and all that. And we basically have a whole mindset here where we try to get that whole mindset, that whole thing of in Mask Alley, no one's really left behind. So yeah, but overall though, I'm just kind of hoping that everything goes okay with like the stream, like with this tonight and everything. Did my headset cut off? I know you didn't. I know this thing was charged. Okay, making sure. But yeah, basically kind of like trying to get into the game a little bit now. At least I explain things as far as that's concerned, Rogues. I'm kind of like. I hear you, dude. I get you. And that's awesome too. The fact you actually got yourself a car and everything. Yeah, so we basically both like hit some goals and everything. You got yourself a car. I got myself like this little, which I actually kind of show it to you because I did like do like a story post of it. I know you love your Resident Evil and everything. It's not finished. I do need to get like the case for it and everything. But yeah, I've already had like the Resident Evil build I was rocking before. But this particular cooler has like an LCD thing on, so I was able to put the Umbrella logo on it. Which I actually could like put like my channel logo. I mean, I think listen that it takes gives. I could actually put one of my animated emotes on there if I wanted to. But yeah, upgrade to a 5060 from a 3060. The problem is the VRAM's the thing. But I really don't know like how much like the percentage on the GPU was before, so I'm just trying to make sure that I monitor things here. Push on the shove, I can just turn everything down like to medium. But it's showing right here like 82, 85, and everything. I mean, it should be good. This isn't really a graphically extensive game. My concern is going to be like when me and Amber get back in the ground at 2 on Sunday, because I'm wondering how that's going to go. Because, I mean, it's a stronger for raw power. This GPU is stronger than the 3060, but it's that GRAM that's the problem. But so this is going to be my first proper test of the actual of doing a stream with the PC game since I upgraded. Because like the last few streams I've done have been like PS5 stuff, between doing doing Castlevania Portrait of Ruin earlier, and playing Reanimal recently. That's all been on my PS5. So I'm trying to monitor things to make sure that I'm hoping it's not gonna be a blue screen. I'm hoping none's gonna melt. I mean, none's gonna melt and all that. But like I said, the end goal is eventually I'm going to get the I want to get like a 30, like a 5060 that has like the 16 gigs of RAM. I know if I have that, I'll be golden for a few years. But it's just a matter of getting to it. But I want to kind of have something I can just work with right now to kind of like get this new build going. And if it comes down to if I can hopefully get like a proper 5060 or something else, maybe a 5070, I'm gonna like just give this card away to someone. May give it to Amber since she's actually gonna once this like all my old parts, she's getting like all of that once I get this case, that case or what the other case, like basically all my old parts are gonna be putting back in this one. She's gonna be getting that. So yeah, this one's a project card. I want to build this over the course of the spring and summer. I've been getting out more and more, enjoying the rest of my 20s. Yeah, I get you, dude. Yeah, man. That's the thing, you definitely gotta savor each moment. Life's short, life's sacred, and everything. And obviously, you're saying like, your pops passed and everything. I'm pretty sure that's definitely been like something that's kind of like, kind of like been a reflective experience in regards to like, you trying to just get out and enjoy everything. And of course, I'm pretty sure it's what your father would want and everything. And he wants you to kind of get out there and just live your life the best that you can. But yeah, yeah, I get you. I get that. Like I said, 5070 would be like a possible thing or whatever, but I'd be cool with just like getting like a 5060, like, one with the 16 gigs. Because, I'm not really like doing any kind of 1080, like, 1440p, like, or anything extensive. I do like 1080 at 60 FPS, so that's good enough for me. So I don't really need anything like really major. Yeah. This was good in the long run. I've seen some cool kitted out cars lately. Yeah, but definitely like want to see it too. I mean, but my socials, like if you like wherever you want to follow me and everything, I know what all you're on. And this for anyone else in the chat, if you want to follow me elsewhere, there's my socials right there. I'm kind of like just going. Basically, no, it did not greet me. Okay, sometimes like my bot likes to greet me. Yeah, it's just like it's the VRAM thing because it's like running like 80% and all that, but it's because it's doing OBS and this. But I might see if I can tweak some stuff. Maybe something I can actually like set in the card. All right, we're here, just sitting in the car. Which is show me if you can get far. Step on the gas. I don't know. Proper the rapper. But anyways, yeah, guys. Ad break's about to start. We're gonna get on into this, and I'll do a proper introduction, like explanation of what happened on the last stream. Once we actually get back from the ad breaks. Give me about 3 minutes, Rogues, and I'll be right back. Okay, and thinking about it is, here's what's bad. The damn Wilhelm scream actually scared me that time. That was my own alert, and I forgot about it, and it scared me. I was in my own little zone, like trying to get back at things, and my own alert, my own like transition scared me right then. Hey, imagine like needing like a scare counter for a cozy stream. But yeah, one thing I actually did look up, Rogues. It scared the shit out of me right then. Goddamn. So what I did look up is apparently what they say is a pretty good like range for like OBS in the game you're playing. Like when you're doing a game is like around the 80 something percent range to kind of give like 15 like a 15 to 10% overhead. So I guess we should be good as long. I mean, they even said like sometimes like having like 100% GPU usage just for a game alone is sometimes normal. But as long as I just kind of monitor it, I should be good. I'll keep Task Manager open. I mean, this game really shouldn't be a problem. And push kind of shove. If I see frames dropping, I'll just lower it down. But I expect there'd be like some sacrifices with let me save change. Oh, yeah. But I am gonna like kind of at least have like Task Manager up to an somewhat down here. All right, we'll kind of like just do it like right here, just having it in a window. Yeah, that should about do it. Should be fine there. Just kind of keep an eye on it. Make sure like I mean, it's not gonna blow up. I've made the joke and everything, but it would be. I like how like so Amber's just gonna be using like the ramen emote for like when she gets snacks. Yeah, guys, and that's also another thing too. For those like who are new here, and this is by no means whatsoever like trying to say, hey, you want these? Subscribe to me. No. I did like get animated emotes commissioned recently, and the artist finally got them to me earlier today. So pretty much the way I did some things with this channel. See, Amber's basically showing all them right there. So one thing I did do to make things fair for those of you who are just following me, just because I wanted it to be like, since I had these, and this would be like they're like a sub tier 1 thing, but I wanted to make things fair for everyone who's just following. So originally I had like just access to one emote, which is like just a little chibi thing, but all the other like standard emotes that I did have like in the sub tier 1, they've now been like lowered down to follow status. So as long as you're following me, you guys have access to like 5 emotes right there, instead of just like the one. So that was kind of like one thing I wanted to do to try to make it fair for those like who are just following. You're not like forced to like go to like like subscribe to me just to get like all get like access to some emotes you can use. I mean, personally, if I would say if I did have like if it was possible to like relegate the animated emotes like to like follower level, so like just followers can use them, I probably would like take a couple of those and make them follower level and put the rest behind a sub tier thing. But fortunately, you have to have that those are actually locked behind. They have to be locked behind a sub tier. But I wanted to kind of like, at least do things to make it a little bit more fair for you guys. So basically everyone's got access to like more than one emote now and all that. And so that's just like one that I kind of like wanted to put out there. If you want to like get access to the animated ones, you want to sub to me, be it Amazon Prime sub or whatever, it's completely up to you. Deeply appreciate it, but obviously you're not obligated. And again, like just you guys like hanging out with me, just supporting me, sharing the streams and everything. That's like, more than enough for me and all that. So anyways, we're going to hope that, when I got on this mission, like, So also for those like, unfamiliar with this game, I've already done the main story, but they have something called nightmare missions you can do afterwards, where it does like a more, because basically throughout the main stories, like Kowalski, he's like very, he wisecracks a lot and everything. He seems like the job doesn't really bother him that much, but they have like these nightmare missions that kind of like, give these little, spooky scenarios to some of the missions. Some of them are actually more comical than anything. The last mission was like a nightmare thing, and well, I was basically I need to explain it. And it wasn't really, scary. It was like this whole thing that was like focal on cats. Like pretty much, this one key character who died during the game. You found out apparently he had like a whole bunch of cats he was taking care of, and it was like a very, sad yet upbeat chapter where it's like I guess there was like some kind of like mansion or like some kind of house that was like up in heaven. And I had like spent like a very substantial amount of time, which was really helped by the fact I was sleep deprived, putting together like this big cardboard cat castle, which I had to rebuild because like of some issues I was having with trying to get put together, and I had to go back through and like pretty much build it all over again. And I was like really tired at like during that stream, so wasn't really one of my best streams, but it was still a fun mission. So originally it was friendly fire we did. So we did the nightmare version of that, and I'm curious about this because we unlocked something called the they had like something called an ozonator in this, which pretty much, makes it easier to clean blood. And I unlocked something called the Niconator. So it's like it's a cat theme ozonator. I've had like this whole like, you know, Japanese voice thing that I've been using for like they have like different voice presets. I'm curious about what the Niconator is gonna do. But this one, once we finish this, we're gonna get the I think that's like, yeah, that's the demonic light, which I don't really use the lights that much. The main one I'm really curious about, I want to do the modern art one because this is the trash can. We unlock a freaking black hole to use as a trash can, which I think is gonna be hilarious. So yeah, we're going into parties over. And I'm curious about this, like seeing what's about to happen here.
It'll be a long night. This land is much older than we can imagine. One would say if you want to throw a party, you don't need history classes.
Here we go.
Wake up any ghosts.
Yeah, are you? Oh, so we're disturbing a burial ground. If we're disturbing a burial ground, and we're about to go full pet cemetery here. Okay, see, this just screams ominous. Oh, all right, the fog effects. Okay, that's concerning. Yeah, it's trying to go up to 97. Not happening. Nope. I think it's the fog. Yeah, let me turn this down. I just caught that. Oh, hell no. You dang right they've been say. That's... Okay, I'm hoping it's still saying 97%. See, that's kind of an issue because I lowered everything down and it's still saying it's in... Okay, come on, go on down. Keep going, keep going. You're at 84. I'm kind of scared, Rogues. I mean, I bet you it's the fog. I bet you it's all the fog. You know, you gotta go. No, this fog's gotta go. I don't care about that ambiance. You're going. Yeah, I knew I was got to troubleshoot. I know dang well they ain't trying to tell me I can't get rid of the fog now. This ain't Silent Hill. You know what? I'm putting everything down to low. Y'all want to be like this? Fine, whatever. You're all going down to low. I don't care anymore. Leave me alone. I know dang well this game didn't just crash. It went down to 0. I mean, like, it using only 1% of, like, the, thing would be nice, but... I think... Well, the good news, Rogue's like the computer didn't crash. The game, only the game did. Okay. Try this again. I mean, I don't know. There might be something I can tweak in OBS too. Because the problem with it is that apparently what I was looking up, people were saying that maybe there's something going on with OBS because, well, first off, I'm disabling this preview. I forgot. Let me see here. I didn't think about it. Yeah, it could be like the preview for the vertical stream on YouTube because I'm running 3 streams here. It's saying like OBS, this thing is very high, power usage is very low. I don't really care about that. That's the thing, like it's using 50%, and I think what I heard is it's not supposed to use that much. It might be the video encode thing. I might actually make sure I'm using the right video encoder. That's the only... So that might be what the problem is. It's not supposed to be using this much, I don't think it's supposed to be used like the 56...
I am back.
Yeah, I'm more of a Mozart guy there, Bach. Let me turn this... Alright. I know I didn't do it again. It's not letting me change the settings. Wow. For some reason, it's... Oh, you better. Jeez, I'm like trying to just like... I can't even work. I can't even go to work. Like, it's just because, like, yeah, it may be because because the thing is with me, like, installing like this new GPU, it could have actually changed the encoder on me. I'll troubleshoot that off the stream. That's the thing. It's showing for crime scene cleaner now. See, it's showing 56%. I'm just hoping it's not this game's on like. Gee, this shot back up to 97 again. Goddamn. Welcome in, divorce cowgirl. That's the thing. That's the thing about it. Why is this game like going up to like 90% or whatever when I just put everything down low? Can't get much lower than that. Good grief. It's like saying like 99% for the GPU usage and everything. That's the only thing. I mean, I'm not dropping any frames or anything. I really hoping I didn't get like a card where that I'm not gonna be able to stream with. That's gonna be a worry. We just have to just work with it, see what happens, keep an eye on it. All right, so we got 14 bodies because I'm determined to try to do the stream rogues. I mean, I think it really could be a lot of the fog here. Okay. I mean, push come to shove, if I could actually get like a couple, a couple more hundred or whatever, by some miracle, or whatever, I could just send this card back and get like another one. But I don't know how that would go. Let me see. Yeah, it shouldn't be. That's the thing with everything down. Let me see. The only vertical scene is gonna help. I mean, I got everything down and low. And see, the thing about it is, this is bad because I mean, nothing's stuttering, everything's fine and everything. I'm not dropping any frames, but it's just up there like 90% on the GPU, and that's high. Let me check OBS real quick, see what's going on. I know I can't change the encoder midstream, but so if I go over to output, it's NVIDIA NVENC H264. Nothing else has been changed. Wait, hold on. What are you? I don't think I've ever had that before. What is this? Adaptive quantization? What are you? I don't know if that's doing anything to do with it. I don't know if I can turn it off or not. And I probably should. I'm worried about doing it midstream. I'm gonna look you up. Adaptive. I don't know. It's quality by allocating more bits to complex, important areas while using fewer for simpler. Huh? Improve efficiency in video encoding. Yeah, well, good luck on that. Well, good job on that. Enhance visual quality by adjusting quantization matrices, often allocating more bits to smooth the surfaces, reduce physical artifacts, mirror to high motion complex or central areas. I'm confused. I mean, I'm just trying like to err on the side of caution here and everything. I think right here in the menu, 56%. So I'm wondering if that's something to do with the fog. Because see, that was the thing about it. Back when I was like, at his house, it wasn't going this high. It was like 80 something. I get over here and then suddenly like, the fog, like, I really think it might be the fog, but unfortunately, I don't think I can turn it off. I got myself a bit of a dilemma here. I'm trying to see. Leading like streaming with base canvas UDH. Now let's go to. Let me see what I got this at. I got it at got it slow. Yeah, there's definitely something going on here that shouldn't be. Yeah, I'm trying to like troubleshoot this, Rogues. I do apologize all this is going on here. Again, this was my first PC stream with like my new setup here, so actual PC, you know, a PC game instead of like it being a PS5 one. Let me see. Yes. Yeah, it's just I keep on hoping because what I'm looking at right here, right? So it's showing it says so GPU 0, 3D, and video encode. Trying to figure this out. Because obviously GPU 0, of course, is the one I got in the computer right now. Like the only two processes they're really using a GPU are Crime Scene Cleaner and OBS Studio. You son of a bitch. I think I know what it could be. I may be wrong. I may be wrong here. So it's saying GPU 0 3D for Crime Scene Cleaner. But then it's saying GPU 0 video encode for OBS. I'm wondering if they may be going up to 100 on it, but it's actually is splitting the load between it. I'm not sure. Because I know it has like that dedicated like, you know, chip for encoding. So I don't know if it actually is showing like 100 right there, but it's actually still fine. Because it actually is splitting it between like the game and the chip. I'm not sure. I mean, best I can do is just keep going, see if anything happens. I mean, it could be fine. It's just like, you know, going that high or whatever. I mean, I'll look into it more off stream. But I want to, like, you know, just see if it'll work. I mean, if it's smooth, it's other 90-something. I'm just worried if it goes to 100. But it said, like, even just, like, you know, a game being at 100%, you know, is normal, like, you know, for, like, full usage or whatever. So I feel like if it's actually, you know, doing the game and this or whatever, that case, I'm going back up. All right, screw you. I'm going back up to medium. I'm going to try. Now, watch this. It's going to blow up. I mean, no, it's not going to blow up, but. I haven't dropped a single frame. Everything's stable. We'll see. So just err on the side of like things may possibly drop, Rogues. Hopefully it won't. I want to clean. I'm gonna put like Task Manager back up just to be safe, but leave it like there because I'm guessing everything else is fine. See, like it's at 95 and everything, but 93. All right, because I really want to see what these fools got up to. You know, there's like so much going on here.
How am I supposed to find a key in this mess?
All right, so first off, Niconator. We'll see what this thing does. Ozonator. I want to see if it talks different. Amber, we found your toy. Hell no! This thing's possessed. No. That's staying in there. That thing, No. Just no. Alright, so we need to like actually get to work on this now, Rogues, now that I'm actually in here. So we got 14 bot. You know what these assholes actually did? Like, you know, this Silent Hill. This is a Silent Hill reference, I swear. But I did just recently get the remake for Silent Hill, Rogue, so, Silent Hill 2, so I definitely want to, like... It's a goddamn Silent Hill reference. I called it. Loud Valley. No wonder the fog's trying to kill me. That's the problem. Silent freaking Hill, or Loud Valley. Okay, stupid. Or as long as geometry noggin doesn't show up. See, I need to stop manifesting stuff, because every time I open my mouth or wherever, like, I end up being too right. Which, speaking of Silent Hill, I am, like, you know, really excited. Like, something I definitely do want to pick up. See, now it's, like, staying like 84 and 86 and everything. Well, now I went at 95. But yeah, they do have, like, some Silent Hill pop figures that are coming out. The main one I want is the Pyramid Head one. Like, I was really surprised by the fact that, you know, they didn't have, like, they had, like, one for Silent Hill 1. I can't remember which character it was, but they didn't have one for Sybil, which you figure she would have had one. And, you know, they got one for Heather and Robbie the Rabbit, and, which I definitely want those. And they got one for, Sutherland. But really, like, for Silent Hill 2, I mainly just want the Pyramid Head one. I really kind of, like, just need to follow, like, a set, like, you know...
Pick up anything with a full bag.
Well, put it down, then. Moron. But yeah, I mean, okay, that can't be good for your back. Bring your ass on here. I don't know what you're doing, but why you, like, looking like, you know, James McAvoy and Split. Okay, whatever, like, demonic bullshit y'all, like, over here, like, spewing or whatever, you know, wait until I actually get things cleaned, then decide if you're gonna, like, try to kill me or not. Got a job to do. Alright, just get on the thing in an easy manner. Don't try to make, like, a whole scene out of it. Oh, god damn it! That made absolutely no damn sense. There was, like, no point to you, like, you know, being all extra like that. I can't with these corpses. Like, this is how it goes every time I try to put one of them away. What is this? Ritual. Where do you wash your hands? Alright, yeah, we're kind of off to a low start in this night, slow start. But of course, a lot of it was just like me trying to, like, you know, get, like, everything together. But I mean, I feel like I mean, I'm gonna look into it. If it comes down to it, the baseball 96 thing is pretty much just collected between it, but everything's fine. And, like, you know, like I said, I'm just kind of monitoring it. Like I said, it's 57 for, like, OBS. But still, I feel like OBS thing is high. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be using the 57%. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. It is. They are. Not gonna understand why they're giving me a demonic light for this. Okay, so...
No way through without finding that key first.
Okay, so we can't, like, unfortunately, I can't clean the, I can't get my gloves clean until we can get inside the house. So that's gonna be a problem. Okay. Seriously, and the thing is, wasn't this the one where these morons, like, yeah, this is the one, like, before, like, in the normal one where they pretty much had the whole hangover situation where I was trying to figure out what the hell they did. Makes sense where, hey, Silent Hill 2, where, like, Silent Hill, nothing ever makes sense. See, that's how you're supposed to get in it. Like, that's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to, like, be very calm about getting these things. You know, there's no point, like, being all extra. Alright. And there it
Why
is.
have you called us? This place is already ours.
Every 10 years, this land needs to run red with blood. And the chaos
Cultist. Am I right?
that is the law. All hail the wicked one.
Yeah, I'm more of a Sithis guy myself. Thank you very much. The Dark Brotherhood would probably be a little bit pissed off if I tried to like join your cult. So yeah, I'll just stick with Sithis. You know, Sithis just seems like he's a good hookup. A little like base in Dark Brotherhood. Make sure we got like plenty of Wi-Fi and everything. Ghostly horses, good company and everything. Now whatever the hell you heathens are up to. Yeah, for those who like you don't get it, where obviously it's probably like say the same. It's kind of like a given there that probably like my favorite, guild or whatever in Skyrim is Dark Brotherhood. But also maybe the fact like by the time like playing D&D, like I've run like a rogue class, which technically would be thieves, so that'd be like the thieves guild. But I definitely can't wait to get back into D&D with Dave though. It's been overdue for us to get like that whole series like restart on this channel. We're both on Twitch and YouTube. Alright, let me see. Let me get mine. Now I'm thinking I'm like actually running the same issue I had with this place previously. There was like so much going on, like I had to make heads or tails of it. So I'm just gonna like just pick up whatever trash I can. And this massive dumpster fire, by the way. But I will say this already is like becoming like one of my favorite things just because it's a Silent Hill reference. I mean, we've had like Five Nights at Freddy's. We've had... I think we've had like a few references I probably missed or whatever. But I think it's like pretty cool how they did this. But this kind of like makes me think if we don't get some kind of Resident Evil reference like one of these last 3 stages, I'm going to be very surprised. Y'all, because okay, y'all go do Silent Hill, you gotta do Resident Evil. They may have already done one for Resident Evil, I wasn't really paying attention. Waka waka. And that's the funny thing about, like, I was talking about how the last mission was really scary, and then they throw me into this. Which, this is really scary. I mean, it's just the atmosphere of it. But I'm hoping that what it really could be is just that, it's just the fog. I'm hoping that's all there is to it. It's just pretty much the fog is the reason why, everything went a little bit higher. But even still, like, OBS should not be, like, I understand, like, being, like, the game itself being 51 or something, but OBS is actually using more resources from the GPU than this is. I mean, but it should be something that shouldn't be much of an issue. Words hard. Issue to troubleshoot. Hopefully. But if it is like just like it is something with the GPU or whatever, I am hoping that maybe like at least I can hold out like my streaming stuff or whatever until I can get like the GPU I actually want. So I realize I don't really care about getting like a 3070. If I can just get a 3060 that has like the VRAM. But if I do get a opportunity to possibly get a 3070, I would. But and again, it may just be nothing. It could be just be something I can just tweak. And again, it could be that, it's a combination of the chip and, like, I have a 3060, you talking about, like, the car? It's a 3060 OC. It's the Asus one. It's the 2-fan one. But yeah, it's, like I said, it's weird that OBS is doing 58. I mean, everything's fine. No drop frames or anything. It's running smoothly. And this, I did put things back at the medium, so... And see, that's another thing about it, too. I'm gonna try something right here. So it's at 77 right here, right? I'll go down here. I go back up here. It's the fog. Okay, see, I'm standing up here, right? 85, 79. The moment I step down here, 91. It jumps up to 97 and everything. It's the fog. The fog is like, you know, is... Let me make sure I'm right on that, because... It's 84, 82, 83. I step in there and it immediately jumps. Yeah. Wait, I said 3060. Yeah, it's a 5060. I'm sorry. I had 3060 before. But that was the thing, like the 3060, it was like it had like the one edge it had over this was the VRAM. But again, like what I'm seeing right here is like I'm standing here right here in the fog. If I duck down, yeah, like it's at 96 right now, 91. But then as I step on the porch, it goes down to 77. Step back out here, 91 and 97. So it's definitely the fog doing it.
Time for a bag swap.
So I mean, I guess I'm kind of like a little bit happier knowing that's what it is. It's just it's the fog. But still, I am gonna like definitely make sure that, you know. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if by some miracle I was able to actually, you know, come across like $300 or something like that, I mean, that's the thing. I do definitely need to like, get this other stuff for the build. But if I was actually able to prioritize something right now, I'd love to be able to kind of like go ahead and like maybe, because that 16 gigs of RAM for like the 5060, one of the ones I really would have wanted. That would be like more than enough and be good for like future proofing for a few years. But again, if I had to like tweak settings, I will. Like again with this, it's the fog and everything. I mean, it's running like 80, 85, which is like the range they say you need. You know, you want to have the stuff running at. So it's just like this whole rendering thing with the fog down there. Like I said, I do apologize, Rose, the fact that, you know, things are kind of like been a little bit all over the place with this stream as well. It's just like, you know, trying to like make sure that stream doesn't drop on you guys. But I mean, things are. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, once I kind of get going with this or whatever, it probably wouldn't take me long to actually finish this mission up. But yeah, definitely get some rest. But yeah, if I'm straight up, if I do get a chance, like, you know, cause I love this card, but if I was to actually get some kind of like, you know, chance to upgrade it, I would. Like get like a better one. But I don't think it's really gonna be that much of an issue. I think it was just the fog thing. Whereas now if I'm playing like a more like other like graphically extensive games and things go wrong. As like one of the real tests is gonna be grounded. Or grounded 2 specifically. Okay. Yeah, I definitely understand that. Yeah, we gotta get inside that house. It's the only problem, we gotta get inside the house where just for me to be able to, like, you know, actually, yeah, we were telling you so, but I also understand you really want to get that thing, you know, going, so it's understandable, but just, you definitely gotta, like, you know, be careful. I will say, this actually does have me wanting to jump into the remake. And since I finally got it, I'm definitely going to. Oh no, I may jump on that after Resident Evil Requiem. Though I did say I wanted to eventually get around to Final Fantasy 15. Get around. Okay, never mind. We had like a whole. What's the deal with all the cheese? Yeah, I mean, I got like so many games on the pipeline to play and everything, but. Okay. Okay, we're gonna like just put this right here. So we got like 12 more bodies, but once we get inside the house, and also like, you know, I'm pretty sure the frame rate, like the usage, like the GPU usage will like dip as well. Well, for all I know, I mean, like, it could be like the, it could be like it could possibly, like, you know, dip a little bit more. Like, once I get, like, the 1 case on one, and there'd be, like, more, like, the cooling's better in it. You never know. I'm just going on and trying to get this because it's like it's right here. It's just there's so much blood. Like, you know, pretty much everything is immediately, like, you know, getting, like, soaked. I had to go and clean it again. Yeah, I'll definitely be doing some troubleshooting off stream. See, look at that. Like, I'm God damn. Okay, hold on. Where's the power washer? I can't do it. I can't deal with this. I guess I gotta pick this thing up and put it somewhere. Okay, where's the sacrificial, you know, candle sconce thing go? I'll put you right there. I don't care right now. I'll come back. Okay, yeah, we gotta dump the water out. Sucks I can't, like, so I'm not really a fan of, like, fact this door does not open all the way, because you have to be really delicate trying to get out. Otherwise, like, water's gonna go flying everywhere. Alright, like that. Ugh. I mean, seriously, can't you let Pyramid Head do this? Where he's always, like, dragging, like, bodies around or whatever all over the floor. Let him use the body as a mop. He's practically y'all's janitor. Okay, delicately. Just don't tell him I said that. I guess I understand, like, why it's so bloody and everything. You've been in the South Hill Revs, you probably figured there would have been, like, a lot of blood. Speaking of which, what the hell happened to y'all in there? I'm gonna laugh. They actually have, like, some kind of, like, I mean, let's be real. If it's a Silent Hill reference, they're gonna have to have some kind of, like, you know, thing for Pyramid Head. If they don't, like, include a reference to Pyramid Head, since he's pretty much, arguably, well, probably not really too much of an argument to it, but definitely, like, definitively, like, you know, the most popular character from Silent Hill. You know, at least now I'm kind of like, you know, at least getting things somewhat done. But I also know this was a pretty substantially sized map, like, you know, in the main game. I just hope I don't get hit like with the same, you know, what happened to me like when I was playing this last time, where like I was fine at first, and I started getting tired. Which, I mean, I'm not necessarily tired. I mean, I'm feeling it a little bit, but thankfully I got my caffeine. But really, you know, it shouldn't take too long to finish this level. I mean, I was kind of hoping for, like, you know, maybe when I play this next week, I might be my final stream for now. I know, like, pretty much to try to do the last 2 missions. Because that's the thing, I really want to get on Power Wash Sim too, but... See, what is that? I'm also, like, just trying to pace myself on it, like, you know... Because the whole, like, you know, one... I mean, you know, I did, like, do, like, you know, it was times, like, when I was playing, like, the main story... I did do, like, you know, I think a couple, like, 2 missions, a few points. And Deadlow was doing the community stuff. When I did those, like, in one go. So. But at the very least, within, like, you know, the next, after this, like, within the next, like, 1 to 2 streams will be, like, where I'll pretty much be calling on Crime Scene Cleaner for now. Because I know eventually they are supposed to be doing, like, Act 2. So whenever that comes around, you know, I'll continue the game. You know, I'll get back to it. And I'm hoping they do, like, nightmare missions for, like, you know, those missions as well. I'm pretty sure they would. Okay, apparently, so that's what the cheese... Yeah, they got, like, good eating here. Because I ain't touching it. Plus, I had spaghetti for the stream, so I think I'm good. Okay, let me see. Let's go and, like, put all this cheese on... Since all this cheese is all over the place. Hang on. So I did see some smears on it. I think, was it? Okay, I thought, like, it made, like, a different noise. Okay, clean this little bit right here. There's another piece of cheese right there. All right, not these chairs. Not that chair. All right, there's that. Let me see. No, I might like some of the other chairs gonna be inside there because that's what they like to pull that stunt with me in this game, like putting some stuff out of the way, and I'd like work to get to it. All right, where the kegs go? I might want to do something about... All right, there's that chair at least. Yeah, honestly, it kind of feels like you do clean up a little bit quicker with the gloves too, I think. I wonder if the if, like, you know, the Ozonator, Negonator, whatever. I think so. Oh, that works. It is actually getting some of it. All right, I'll let it do its thing right here. It's getting some of this right here too, so. So I did that, so that way, yeah, okay. At least that works. It's getting like all that like cleaned up and or softened up in there is when I go in. So one of the things that's a plus of those in there is they actually can work through doors. So. You see, if this was me, I'd be half tempted to just like fill the pool up and just throw like a bunch of detergent in it. See, now what was that? Now if I watch this. I swear, like, the mob's trying to play tricks on me. Because, like, you know, there's a few times I'll just, like, you know, do it once and, like, and it's dirty. Watch this. Right there, I got, like, a lot more mileage out of it. Okay, you gonna cut that shit out. All right, let me go get this last piece of cheese right here. Okay, you know, I'll just, like, you know, y'all have, like, a very screwed up way of, like, making a charcuterie board. Or whatever. I mean, between this and, like, you know, and Leatherface's cooking or whatever, I ain't touching it. Y'all can have it. Extra portions for y'all, I'm pretty sure, but I know y'all ain't gonna be complaining. No! You stop that right now. Okay, I'm just gonna bring this thing down here with me, because I'm gonna keep going back up. Alright. Jeez, I just start... See, so I've got questions on exactly why the... They're trying to say someone got sucked down to the drain. I don't even want to know what this is. All right. Honestly, for some reason, this makes me think like laser tattoo removal or something. Okay. I'm going to put this thing away. Yeah, this thing's kind of grown on me. All right. Yeah, I think like everything's gonna be good. Like, you know, as far as like, I don't really think I gotta monitor this anymore. It seems like everything's fine. So I just go and turn Task Manager off and everything is just kind of. Well, I'm on my break in a bit or whatever, because I have break's gonna start like about 7 minutes, Rogues. I am gonna kind of maybe troubleshoot and see if maybe All right, pool's done. Oh no, I may just wait till I have to stream. As long as everything's running like it's supposed to. Okay, we can go back there. That might be where we gotta go to turn on the pool. Or fill it up. Okay, let's go and check back here. I mean, is everything mostly done up here? Yeah. Alright, in advance, I'm gonna take this with me. Fill it up with clean water. Clean water in that. Do not. Okay, release it and dump out. That would be just my luck. Yeah, everything's mostly clean around here, but do want to go and check and see what's back here real quick. See, now, that was just unnecessary. Alright, let me go and see what's... Okay, this is intriguing. Oh. Take your fog and shove it. Rusty key. Okay, at least there's nothing I had to really clean right there. I'm trying to remember, I think like Mary was, yeah, wasn't, I think that was like, you know, James's wife in the second game. Got a brush up on my Silent Hill lore, because I will say admittedly, I'm not as versed on it as I am with Resident Evil. Right, okay, yeah. So I called it. Yeah, like I said, Silent Hill is like, it's a series I definitely need to invest more time in, because I've beaten the first 2 games, and also I did try to, like, you know, play through Silent Hill 3 sometime, like, I think, like, year before last, for my yearly month of horror throughout October. But unfortunately, I got to the final boss and died, and, like, wasn't able to get past it, because I didn't have, like, you know, proper, you know, ammunition. Eventually, I do want to go back through and, like, and try to play through Silent Hill 3 again. I say that's a series like that got left, you know, kinds of cliffhanger. So I would like at least try to get like roughly back close to where the boss was, so I can actually finish it. Okay, so will this open? Well, with Rusty key, it's not gonna open this door.
Locked tight. Looks like I'll need to find a key.
But it may open this. Yahtzee. All right, so now we can get back here. So the thing is, I'm looking at this. Well, we got this right here. So I'd like to try to like clean up as much of this as I can around here, but I know there's only gonna be so much I can access at the moment. See, there's that right there. Well, if I can get around to it. You see, there's all that over there. Needs to be cleaned. Alright, there we go. Okay, yeah, so now that we're out here. Yeah. Okay, at least we found, like, next chair. I think this might... Was this the last one? I can't quite remember. May or may not be the last one. He's about to find out, though. Yeah, that's the last one. Let's see, I did, like, need to refill this. Okay, that's already filled up. Okay. Also, ad break's gonna start in about 1 minute, Rogue, so I'll probably gotta get back out here and, you know, just... So like I said, put that right there. Wait, did I see the body here before? I guess not. Let's see if I can shoot and score this. Well, at least, I mean, it landed in something. That's not what I was planning. Get over there. Okay, that's totally a broken arm, but, you know, yeah. Get in there. Okay, I'm not doing this with you. Get your ass in there. Okay, give me about like 3 minutes, Rogues, and I'll be back. And I'm kind of like just looking at things like while I'm away and see if like I can like if what's going on with my GPU as far as like the OBS and everything. Let me see if that's normal. Probably not. But anyways, give me about 3 minutes. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I was kind of like it was just like skimming around on Reddit and everything, trying to figure something out for the whole OBS, like using like, you know, so much like the GPU and everything. But I mean, like I said, I know I've been like all like basically constantly like harping on that during the stream, but just I want to make sure everything's like working like it's supposed to. And so far, it's been like stable. But again, like for the fact I am gonna like be playing like there are like other more extensive games I'll be like getting into like back into like Grounded too and everything. I want to like make sure like things are working like they're supposed to. I tell myself it could be a possibility that one of the things is just because I'm literally like rendering multiple streams. And I am like doing 2 streams to YouTube and 1 to Twitch. Alright, that takes care of that. Move furniture back to his place. I never did move that chair back, did I? Alright, so go and do that real quick, and we should be done with out here. They just gotta get inside the house. There we go. Alright. That takes care of the outdoor spot right there. Now he's gotta go over here and work on the, cabins. It's just the main that's being a pain right here. It's just the fact that everything like gets dirty so quickly where I have to like go back and yeah, I'm hoping it does continue to work out, Jeremy. I definitely got some stuff I need to troubleshoot because OBS should not be using like as much as like what it's using, but it could be because I'm doing like multiple multiple streams like at one time. But definitely need to look into it more. But hopefully it'll be like a thing where eventually I can just like get like a GPU with like more VRAM. But yeah, I appreciate you though, dude. As well as like you trying to help out with like the funds I need like for like the rest of the build and everything for the case and everything. I do appreciate that as well. But definitely go get some rest, man. I'll talk to you see you next time. That was weird. Alright, the faucet over here, that's good. It's not good, of course it's locked. I hope I can just kind of go up and around and open it. Sorry. That's where I can't get out through there. That was odd. I feel like, the windows being broken where I can just, like, walk on out. So I should get thrown through there or something? Okay, for all this trouble, I might as well just go back over there and just... At this point. I was going to just go back and... Okay. Get that? Eventually. But did I get it? Alright, there's that. Alright. Alright, yeah. Yeah, this thing's already great. Go ahead and empty this. At least I'll be able to go and take care of that one cabin right there once I get back. This is all coming up like pretty quickly. Alright, clean up the trash there. The whole table down there. I was going to take care of this, because... Jeez. Well, find more of the bodies at least. I mean, that's a plus. They got a bicycle. All right. Okay, go ahead and score this one now, or get this one out of here. Up to 6. I'm guessing like, you know, maybe another body out there somewhere in the cabins. The rest will be inside the house. Maybe wrong, but well, so dramatic. Really? Knock it off. Okay. So we're about halfway there. We just need one more body. I can't wasting good pizza.
Need to empty the trash can first.
All right. On the flashlight here. There's definitely a lot we gotta clean up here. Whew. Okay, while I'm down here, I need to see if I can figure out like how to open up, like get this one over here opens, because I'm tired of having to go back and forth all the time, like, you know, getting there. Well, it's just out here, like, connect to the rock. Why not? All right. I said there was another body out here, and there it is. So this puts like the halfway point on bodies. All right. And this is gonna make this a whole lot easier, just being able to fill up the power washer here at the at this rock. Apparently there's like 2 out here. I'll put that right there for the moment. I was going to clean this up while I'm at it. This way I'm going, like, you know, just do this, then run back over there and fill it back up, and then continue. That was weird. Alright, let's see what we got going on back here. Get this filling up while I'm checking. Another, like, body, like, just down there. What the hell? Okay. I don't expect like this level to make any sense considering, like, you know, the source material, but okay, let's see what all I can clean up here first without having to, like, break it. All right, there's that. These things are moving, like, you know, a lot quicker now, rogues. Trash is all up. This guy right here. And this will be body number 8. I was hoping I can just like toss it out over, but... Well, I did, and probably broke his neck in the process, but of course he didn't feel it. Okay. I was trying to, like, you know, get this finished up before I get too tired. All that's been cleaned. Probably want to go ahead and like do this. Just go ahead and get, throw this on away. Okay, that's out of the way now. I'm talking about prepare the ritual. I just noticed that. I just noticed we're doing a ritual. I just noticed that after all this time to prepare the ritual. Because it works so well for them, right? Alright. That's whatever. I'll clean it up. Yeah, the ozone there definitely could have worked wonders here. Alright, probably won't be able to do much. I'll go ahead and throw it out. Just to see if I can kind of soften things up a little bit while I'm, over getting this. So there's one chair. Right, there's the other chair. Yeah, unfortunately, my bucket got turned over, but... So once I get in that one house... So we still gotta collect the evidence, clean up all the blood here in the, cabins. I think there's probably gonna be like some stuff upstairs. There's that. Alright,
I can't put it back like that.
do a little quick scrub down. Let's see what's up here first. I like how everything was just suddenly, it was clean up there, but... I don't know, did I clean this? I don't think yeah, I didn't clean that. Yeah, that seems like that's gonna be the place to be in a second. But I just like kind of like use the mop area to like clean up some of this. Okay, there's that. All right, there's another chair, right? Where'd it go? We did have another chair. Oh, there it is. Did I put it over here? I can't remember. There's that. I got time to finishing up.
I should clean it first.
And move that out of the way first, and all right, just a little more blood to clean. I'm pretty sure we know that we're exactly where that's going to be. Our trash is cleaned back up. A little blood in here still. Okay, I think everything's pretty much, well, a little bit more right there. It's probably a little bit negligible. Alright, now head over to this other, and a little bit right here too. Alright, can we get there from here? Eh, not quite. Careful. Alright. Okay, now comes the fun part, seeing what all's going on in here, because this... Yep, more evidence as well over there. Okay, that'll make things a whole lot easier as far as, like, you know, you getting back and forth now. Okay. So we going this way, or... We'll go in this way first, see what's going on. Take this body on over. Get in. Oh my god. Go. Thank you. I went the wrong way. What's that right there? Okay, now we already went that way. I saw that little light and I was curious. Okay, so... Alright, is this... Oops. See, it's not even actually showing a thing for, like, the blood here. Hold up. Something sus. Very sus. There we go. I don't know, some kind of glitch I'm dealing with where it's not showing everything. Unless I found, like, the rest of the evidence there. That's see, it reset everything when I did that, so maybe that was the problem. Yeah, see, right here, it's like saying there's, you know... Right, outdoor, all tasks completed. Here we go. Apparently, this didn't count as the cabin over here. Okay, see, now it's showing everything again. So there was, like, a glitch going on. Alright, so let me see. We got 2 more pieces of evidence. Furniture we gotta move, and trash. I guess it... Can I climb up like this? How about that? I hate, like, these freaking... climb mechanics. Alright, so...
Is this your perfect hiding space?
It's not been too perfect.
Not yet, but it will be when we fall deeper into the nightmare. So the Wicked One won't find us.
I don't know if I can do it.
You have to. This is our only chance.
And that's the evidence. I'm just gonna move the furniture back to its spot. And to get all this cleaned up. Geez, all messy as hell. All right. Let me see. Where's the best spot to? Well, first let's go and just throw the body down. I was going to take it on back out, take it on over here while I'm at it. All right. So after this one, I have 3 more bodies to go. Could just refill it over here along the way. Okay, so go up here and clean up all this blood. That should be pretty much... Yeah, this should be like, you know, the remainder of the blood. Yeah, absolutely. And I'm probably not gonna have to clean up all of it. There it goes. Alright, that's that. And the question is where these chairs go. Alright. Got to figure out where the furniture goes and we're good. And then we're gonna be able to go back over. I was pretty sure this key should unlock the front door. Question is, where do these there's one more cabin. Maybe it's this one. Over there. Here we go. Alright, we're pretty much just gotta go in here and like work on this now, and this key should open this door. There we go. Alright, let me go and get the give him a bucket, then we'll wrap this up. We're almost done. Really, this wasn't really an insanely long mission. I just had to, like, you know, kind of get things going because I was, like, so busy, like, monitoring my computer and everything. Alright, 3 more bodies, a lot of blood, 1 piece of evidence, 19 pieces of furniture. Get rid of the trash. Let's get to work. At least the trash is coming up pretty quickly. Question, do we have, like, you know, 2 floors this place or not? Can't remember. Like, you know how it was, like, in the original version of it. Well, okay, so that explains all the, you know, yeah, the beer kegs. We gotta find all of those now. Oh, dear God.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
Alright, let's go ahead and put this keg back over here. Just go ahead and get it out of the way. After we clean out from right here. I don't even know what that's made of. I'm probably gonna have, like, you know, breaking... I don't care about breaking a few, like, beer things here. It's whatever. I'll clean them up, no problem. Easy peasy. Okay. Kind of want to go ahead and like start trying to find these kegs. Go and get them out of the way. The sooner I do this, the better. There's another one. So hoping I could grab that one. It's fine, I'll get it on the way back through. I'm trying to find the rest of these kegs. I want to go ahead and like tackle this. I knew this was gonna be a bit of a problem. I thought I saw one in here. I can't remember. Nah. Nah, stand corrected. Okay, I know there was one over here. To get back around to it. This one right here. Let me take this one on over here. Doesn't really help. These things are freaking massive in a way, so it's kind of hard to like see where you're going when you're walking around with it. Okay, we got 4 more to go. Alright, there's one right there. Go ahead and get this one. Okay, and there's another body. So 12, 13. Okay, so that's like one body right there. 13. So maybe the other one will be in here. Nah. Alright, so I'm just trying to get like the rest of these kegs out of the way. There's another one, so that way I don't have to worry about them moving forward. 2 more to go. Yeah, this could be handy. That's just very handy. I'm trying to see, there's another keg out there. Not over there. And now that I think about it, I think there was, yeah, upstairs. I think from one of these spots here, like between the cabins. I believe I saw one. There it is. The other one may be down in there. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Rogues. I am starting to get tired. Not much longer, at least. At least I'm nowhere near as like tired as I was while I was doing like the stream last time. I guess it's just because again, it's one of those things like it's relaxing in its own way. So it's kind of like making me feel like, you know, it's kind of helping me like I guess wind down a little bit more. Okay, one more to go. I need to go and check back over here, and I ain't gonna worry about the trash bags. I'll throw them away on the way out. You know, I have to make 2 trips for that, but. Alright, I'm gonna check back upstairs. Nope. Yeah, maybe send to these as well, so. Yep. Ritualistic sacrifice or whatever. It's always a gas. Then I have, okay, I put another one down. Where'd that go? It was like another one. Don't tell me like these things are freaking getting up and going missing now. Okay, there's another. I'll get to it. Doesn't really help like the spot's like a maze. Alright, yeah, there it is. You just gotta find the skull. Which, I wonder if it's that head in the kitchen. I mean, it counts. I mean, it's a skull. It's just, it's got like, you know, skin and everything that's still attached to it. Well, one way to find out. This actually works. Well.
You need to repeat the cycle. Slay them all in the name of the wicked one.
You guys, you're a wicked one, I swear.
Oh, hail, the wicked one.
cultist dorks, I swear. Alright, so... Skull, right? Okay, yeah, we gotta find a skull. Obviously the one that's... See, there was like that one skull out here where that big animal skull, but I don't know if that counts. I can't even pick it up, so... I think I did see a skull somewhere, but I can't remember where. Don't want to give you too much of a pain in the ass to find it. But there was a skull somewhere. I remember seeing it. I just gotta remember where it was. Dude, distinctly remember, like, there being a skull somewhere. I probably should have picked it up, you know, but didn't think it was gonna be important. Wait a minute, let me go and check back over here. Ew. We still got one more keg we gotta find, too. Seriously, where was that skull? I mean, because like I said, I remember there being one. I just cannot for the life of me remember, like, where it was. I don't think it was in the Mary room. Alright, jeez. I hate how it seems like this game makes me yawn. Especially, like, you know, when I'm playing it when I'm already a little bit tired. But, again, I mean, I was feeling okay before I went in. And then, like, next thing I know, it just started hitting me. So, that right there is kind of sus. Hold on a second. I don't think I've been back there. Well, this last keg, at least. You know, I didn't see the skull. Alright, Rogues, let's see what we got in here. I'll pick the trash up on the way back out. Oh, there's the music box. So there... The hell? Okay, we found that at least. I was honestly expecting that to be after we did the rituals. What's the ritual for? I guess it's just to be to complete the mission. At least I found this last keg, but we still gotta find that skull. I really was hoping that the mannequin head actually was like part of it, but it's just close enough, you know. I guess they're being very meticulous about their rituals. All right, like I said, I could swear I remember seeing a skull somewhere. Honestly, there's part of me that is considered just looking it up, just going to get out of the way. So I know I did see it before. I kind of don't really want to cheat on this. I do want to like find it. Jeez, where'd it go? Like, I mean, this thing, like, I remember there being a skull and not like just that big, like, you know, animal skull. I thought I saw like a human skull somewhere. I was totally hoping that was it, but it wasn't. Nothing there. Alright, let's go on and at least, like, you know, get in here and try to get stuff cleaned up. And maybe, like, you know, my memory will be jogged. I know it's like it was somewhere early, because, I mean, if there was a skull, it was somewhere, like, earlier on I found it. Alright, we'll, let's work our way through everything. Clean everything up. Okay, that just looks uncomfortable. So also, we're missing a body, aren't we? We're definitely missing one more body. Okay, let's get everything cleaned up, and then we'll go from there. If I had to Google it, I will, but I was hoping, like, you know, just because, like I said, I remember there being a skull. Maybe I didn't see a skull. I'm just manifesting. trying to manifest, actually. Alright guys, that ad break's gonna start in about 10 seconds from now. I'll probably like just continue like trying to like clean up in here a little bit and everything. Or I'll probably just like wait until I get back from the ad break. But anyways, give me about 3 minutes, Rugs. I'll be right back. We'll try to get this wrapped up. Alright guys, I'm gonna admit I was actually like starting to kind of felt like I was about to doze off right there just during the ad break and everything, but yeah. We're gonna try to find this skull and get done with this and everything, and I'm gonna definitely crash. I mean, it's almost 1 a.m. I just like kind of just sat there and didn't even bother trying to clean anything else, where as much as I could have. But yeah, either way, I do want to say, of course, like, you know, just saying here, you know, thank you guys for coming out and hanging out with me for this tonight, as always. I mean, I feel like I've definitely been wearing myself thin with like a lot of these streams lately and everything. But I don't know. It's like it seems like normally whenever I do like the power wash sim, like you know, I do like, you know, cleaning sim games like this where I do end up getting tired. Like, but also I think this might be because of the fact that I did my stream earlier. Then afterwards, I didn't really like sleep the best last night. Then I did, or now, well, night before last now. Actually, I still be considered like last night, you know, because it's like, you know, it's 1 a.m. or whatever, and like, yeah, whatever the case. I'm not gonna try to like, you know, go through semantics here. Point is, last time I slept, I didn't get the best sleep. And then I did, like, the Castlevania stream. And, then afterwards went to the gym, like, you know, a few hours ago. You know, just got, like, a little cardio session in. And then, you know, did this one. And it doesn't, like I said, also, like, alongside the fact it has been kind of a bit of an emotional day and such. I mean, like I said, definitely had some ups, like, with me, like, you know, with my, animated emotes, you know, finally, you know, the artist finally finishing those. But, there was, like, you know, like, other stuff that's happened and everything, and just, you know, things I'm just trying my best to kind of, like, you know, sort through that I ain't really been talking about on stream. But, yeah. And also, like, just the kind of concerns, like, you know, when I was, you know, basically what was going on with OBS earlier, it seemed like it was, like, using, like, a whole lot of, resources that probably shouldn't have been using. Which is, like, the stream, like, I haven't dropped a single frame during the stream, so that's good. But it's just, like, it's still, like, the whole fact if it was, like, going up there towards, like, you know, about, like, 97% usage between, like, OBS and, like, the game. But, I do look at the fact that this is, like, you know, them doing this whole Silent Hill reference here. It was, like, a lot of it being, like, all the fog outside. Because the moment I kind of stay away from the fog over there, it, you know, it went from, like, I think about, like, you know, 90-something, like, down to, like, 70s and 80s. And it said, like, you know, when you're streaming, doing stuff with OBS, it said it should be, like, everything should be, like, a maximum about, like, 85 or whatever. So hopefully, like, you know, it won't be too much of an issue. I'm just concerned about, like, some of the other games I'm going to be playing that I know will be more graphically extensive. Especially with Grounded. Or, I mean, well, Grounded 2. So I'm going to try to troubleshoot things, like, when I wake up in the morning. Because I only got, like, one stream tomorrow for More to Last of Us Part 2. I can, you know, try to, like, just take my time on troubleshooting. But all I know, guys, like, just right now, I'm just tired. And I'm gonna, like, be resting for sure once I finish this up. Thankfully, we got a whole lot more to do. We got to just wipe up, like, 70% of blood. Move the rest of the furniture back in place. I just wish I could find a skull.
It won't move like this.
That's the only concern. But so the only skull I was seeing was that, like, animal skull earlier. Alright, bring your ass on. Okay, well, at least that's one thing out of the way. I think if I manifest it into existence. Probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have waited on cleaning everything first. Okay, I'm not going in there until I'm ready. What in the hell did I just do? A random ass ender gate like we're playing fucking Minecraft or something. Yeah, I'll go in there when I dang well please. I'm not gonna trust, like, the ominous, like, gate. Alright. Right now I just want to go and get this finished up. Okay, that's full, so that works. I don't care about that, I'll clean it up. So I really don't care about, like, all, like, the trash and everything. I'm just, there's trash I'm making. I'm just, you know. All right, 90%. Because I really don't care about, like, trying to, like, you know, give it this delicate touch. just a little bit more rogues, and we will be... Alright, blood's all wiped up. Thank God. Alright. Yeah, I still gotta get the chairs, which won't be a big deal. I think I know where all of them are. I think. I mean, maybe. All right, let's get rid of the trash first, and we'll go from there.
Need to empty the trash can first.
Well, there's a table right... Unless it's a different table. I think, like, probably once I finish the stream out, the plan is that... Probably gotta, like, have me some food. To some degree. While I'm bedding down, I'm probably gonna, like, catch episode 2 of Hell's Paradise. For those that haven't been watching that, it's definitely been an interesting anime. There we go. Okay. There's like a little... This right here? We're still not quite done. Maybe this will be it. There we go. Alright. Jeez. Shoulder's a little stiff. Alright, so... It says like 15, 16... Alright, there's like 5 pieces of furniture, right? There's those 3. Alright, yeah, we get... Well, there's one of the chairs at least. That's nice. I know dang well you... Alright, make sure I didn't, like, knock the, keg out of the way. I'm gonna hope that they just, like, my... Okay. Shit. Okay, thankfully they just moved that chair, so... Or moved that table, so... Well... Might as well, like, make everything match, you know? Okay.
I need to clear the way first.
It's one bottle. There. This should do it. Okay, so we got 2 more chairs to find, and I'm pretty sure I've seen them around. Go ahead and, like, take this over here first. Okay, like, I thought I actually glitched inside the bag for a second there. Alright. I still gotta find one more body, which may have something to do with the ritual. That thing right there. Now we just gotta find these last 2 chairs. Like I said, I know where one is for sure. To figure out, like, exactly which spot it's in. It's somewhere around here. There you are. Now I just gotta find the last one. Then the furniture will be done. So yeah, the ritual is basically, I guess, like, mandatory for finding all the bodies. So it's kind of like more of a... Alright, please tell me it's in here or something. Ah, darn. Okay. It's literally the last thing I gotta do outside finding the body. I just gotta, like, just keep an eye out for it. Alright, come on, chair. Where are you? See, that's the thing. See, I remember there was a chair in one of these cabins. And I didn't really have, like any use for it. Hmm. Could go back to the secret room, see if it's there. I mean, this is like literally the last thing we gotta do outside the body and we'll be done. Right here, I literally walk by the damn thing. Alright, we're not gonna talk about this, rogues. And done. Alright, let's see what's going on in here. Ancient temple. Yeah, just... Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, geez. You just had all sorts of a bad day, didn't you? Oof. Is that the fucking Eye of Sauron? How we go from Silent Hill to Lord of the Rings? I swear it's the Eye of Sauron. You know you had a bad day, right? Okay, the fact that apparently they want me to clean up the trash here. So wipe out the blood. Y'all count that as furniture? See, even here I gotta clean.
Can't pick up anything with a full bag.
At least it's like it's a closer one. 'Cause I think that one was down there. So they gave me like a closer fast travel. Or since we're going to the past, it would be a past travel. Okay, that's hilarious. I like how it actually went through. Convenient, I'll say that much. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get a kick out of this right here. Okay, that's great. Go through already. Please and thank you. Alright, just gotta get rid of this last little bit of trash. Apparently want me to clean up some blood. Apparently, you know, I'm just like the ritualistic sacrifice, you know, janitorial services. All right, and done with that. Clean up this, and we will be calling this a wrap. All right. All right, let me go and throw him over here. Come back and get the trash can or bag, and we're done. All right. So how are they gonna check dental record? I mean, they need to check his dental records to identify who he is. How are they gonna do that? Like when he probably like existed before dentists. All right, guys, and all right, we're done, guys. We are finished.
So many signs. No one to care.
Okay, yeah, that was definitely, like I said, once again, everything caught up with me. Because, I mean, I was okay at first or whatever, but then suddenly I started, like, you know, feeling like more, you know, sluggish and tired and everything. What do you mean? Hold on a second. So that kind of frustrates me because it was basically saying I had everything cleaned up everywhere. Ah, crap. I'll go back through and do it all stream because I think like I'm gonna have to go through back through the entire mission just to get back there to wherever it was I screwed up. It makes me that frustrates me. I swear it was saying everywhere that all the trash was cleaned. I was being pretty meticulous about it. At least when I got my demonic lamp set. That's the thing. I believe I'd have to like play right through the entire mission just to do that properly. But that definitely frustrates me. The fact that I felt like I was pretty meticulous on like you know getting all the trash up. They weren't like everything was saying like it was all done. Okay. As it stands, Rogues, we're pretty much on the last two missions of the game now. And so we'll be like, you know, doing the next one next week on Wednesday, of course, following like the next Castlevania Portrait of Ruin stream. And for the next one, we'll be doing modern art, which I'm really excited for this one because the initial modern art mission was really awesome. But I really want to do this one just because the nightmare version of it, we're gonna get the black hole like for the trash bag, and I really want to see how that works. And even though it is like you know late in the game, we're gonna be getting this, or late in like this mode, we're getting it. At the very least, we'll be able to take this with us whenever they do finish, like get through Act 2, because again, that is supposed to be like on the pipeline where they're gonna be like you know giving us like Act 2 of this. At least I'll be able to like take all this stuff I've earned like get over into that. So it's gonna be interesting like trying out like the black hole like on those missions. And at least we'll have like one more to test out here, and when we do nightmare version of that, we're gonna get the cardboard box. Which cardboard box wasn't that the what's cardboard box for? Was that like another trash bag? Actually, no. It was the right. It was the bucket. So yeah, it's gonna be like pretty funny. I'm gonna definitely like you know be using that as well. So we'll of course have like the cardboard you know bucket as well as like the black hole. But at least I'm probably gonna be able to get the black hole next stream because that's like the main thing I've been wanting to try out. We got the Niconator last stream. Try that out a little bit tonight, but I'm definitely gonna probably go back to the little Japanese like you know Japanese voice. But yeah, I do apologize for getting like you know pretty tired like during this Rogues. Like I said, it seems like that's happened to me like the past couple streams for this. But again, I think it's also because I've been kind of like wearing myself a little bit thin. But like I said, just like definitely has some stuff that's been on my mind. It's like you know kind of had me a little bit stressed out and everything. And but it's nowhere near as bad as like the stuff I dealt with last year. Things have been like much more under control. I've been trying to get myself back on track in regards like my goals with you know my live streams and everything. And like I said, like last year definitely was like a lot of, you know, it was like a lot of struggles and everything. But I'm trying to get myself back on track. you know, as far as like, you know, everything ahead. Pretty much doing what I need to do for like, you know, for myself, for those I care about and everything, and trying like, you know, just, you know, I don't know. I'm just trying to process things as best I can, if it makes any sense. But also, I'm just like probably just doing like, you know, some sleep deprived rambling right now. But I promise you guys, as soon as the stream's over, I'm gonna go on, you know, I'm gonna go and make me a little something to eat, something quick to eat. But if it's like, you know, some grilled cheese sandwiches, or I don't know what I'm gonna nom on. But I'm gonna do that, watch a little bit of anime, and then I'm going to bed. Thankfully, it's only gonna be like a one stream day, you know, for what's coming, you know, for today. It'll be hopefully, assuming nothing goes wrong, I'll be like doing more The Last of Us Part 2. And then tomorrow, I'll be jumping into the 18th attic, since I didn't get to play that last week. And then over the weekend, it'll be Gone Fishing. So if anyone wants jumping on Gone Fishing with me, April 17 and Rockin' Nachos, you can. So we're gonna be checking out the Arctic map they just recently released. And then like on Sunday, so assuming my PC can handle it, we'll be doing Grounded 2. Because like I said, I know I was like worrying a lot during the stream tonight. Considering that one of the key, even though I do have a 5060 in my computer now, the problem with it is that it's basically, you know, working at like about 4 gigs less than like the VRAM or the VRAM I had on my 3060. Because like with the 5060, it's 8 gigs of VRAM, and the 3060 had 12. So there definitely is that as this kind of bit of a issue. Even though this does have more raw power than like the 3060, there is like the whole VRAM things. That's where I was like kind of watching things like a hawk tonight, seeing it go up to like 96% and everything, which I know a lot of it was just because we were on that map that had like all the fog due to being a Silent Hill reference. So I know that was definitely like one of the things. Like, you know, the whole stream, like no drop frames whatsoever, like none at all. So things did like, you know, we're definitely stable, no problems at all on that. And if I go and like, you know, pull this up right now, what it'll show me is if I look at the task manager here, it's basically showing currently crime scene cleaner is, let me get this right here, for resources. It's running like 81%, like 80, 79 and everything. But when I was on there, when I was in the fog, it was like 96%. But the main issue I think I'm concerned about is the fact that OBS is like trying to do like 56, like, you know, percent for its usage. And I know it's like GPU video encoder. So it could just be like the whole thing with that is that what I'm telling myself is that it's really not that bad, because like, you know, if OBS is using the video encoder, you know, it's using that one chipset, that chip for that, so 50 something for it. And because otherwise it probably would definitely be slogging a whole lot more. See, and I say that now suddenly it's dropping frames. I said that now, but then it's got clicked out. I literally, you know, just told it didn't drop a single frame, and then that happened. But it also was like it was after I clicked out of the thing, so let me test that. Yeah, like I literally said like not a single frame drop, and they just dropped 834 like right there out of nowhere. But that could have been like another hiccup. But yeah, I'm just hoping that what basically happens is I can just kind of go in and and see if it's like something I can fix with OBS, because I don't know like if it should be using like 56, you know, percent, you know, like that. Like I don't know if you're actually supposed to be doing that. And but then like, you know, like I said, like crime scene cleaner, it's only like it's like at like 52% on its end. But yeah, I'm hoping that it's just could be like something that's like gonna be easily fixable. Won't be any problems with it. I can like, you know, somehow like, you know, troubleshoot. And it could just be like something where OBS isn't supposed to be using that much. I can figure out how to actually, you know, kind of cut things down a little bit. I'm hoping that's what all it is. But at least things were stable outside that little hiccup right there to happen for whatever reason. I think that's like something I did at my end, because like I did click out of the game and start up Task Manager. It could have just been like me starting to like just booting up Task Manager. But again, I don't, obviously it's just like, I know like, you know, with OBS it was like process is basically doing the whole encoding thing through like the chip, you know, with my video card, while you know, at the other end, like with the game, it was like doing that through like the whole 3D thing. So I think it was doing two separate functions on the card. So it could have been like, you know, even though it was showing 100%, like it was still like, or close to 100%, it was still like was well within like the range where like nothing was really gonna go wrong. But I am gonna definitely be monitoring it, especially, you know, one of the big tests is gonna be with Grounded 2 in a few days. If everything like, you know, stable through that, I know that I won't really have much to worry about. But we'll just have to wait and see, Rogues. But anyways, that being said, was gonna do a raid tonight. I actually may see like who's live real quick. But I'm gonna like try like maybe see about doing a raid. Then I'm gonna go and call it on the stream. But hopefully, you know, I mean, best case scenario, this card holds out pretty well still. Because I was thinking like, you know, because like I said, I really wanted to get like a 16 gig card. See, now there it goes, like dropping frames again. I know. Okay, hold on, we're not gonna do that. Thank you very much. Jeez, all right, it suddenly just started dropping frames like crazy. Okay, that's not right. Okay, yeah. Now suddenly out of nowhere, it just immediately started dropping a crap load of frames for no reason whatsoever. Um, Hang on, I'm trying to figure this out, guys. So yeah, out of nowhere, it just like immediately started dropping frames, and it's like in the red. So guys, like I'm gonna go and call it on stream right here. I'm sorry about this, but wasn't gonna do a raid, but not taking no chances. I need to figure out what's going on with this like soon. But anyways, much love, Rose. Thanks for coming out and hanging out. I mean, I'll see you guys next stream. Thank you for watching.